Hey guys, I'm at the drive-in tonight. Tonight's movies are going to be The Rental and The Big Ugly. Have you ever heard of these movies? Because I haven't. Not one bit. And I kind of wanted it that way. All these movies that we're getting to see now at the drive-in are either Hulu or like Netflix or some kind of streaming service's original movies that they thought they could kind of squeeze a little more juice out of by putting it on the drive-in screen. So that's I'm guessing that's what we're getting tonight. I'm not sure. I didn't verify it. Again, I don't know. I wanted to go to the movies. I haven't been there in about a week, and I wanted to see two original movies. Now, talking about that, the drive-in on the first screen was showing like the Minions movies, so like Despicable Me and Minions or something like that, some variation of that. Like I know there's 3 of them out, but they had those movies on, and then they had the second screen where they had these unknown movies that were playing. Now I went ahead and decided to both keep myself in the dark and so I could be surprised by these movies and go with the unknown movie. But at the same time, I could have gone to see the Minions movies. But at work, I put it up to a vote with my coworkers, and they chose for me to see this. So tomorrow and also Tuesday, more than likely it's going to be Tuesday, they are having Christmas in July. They're showing Elf, and they're showing National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I've seen both of those movies, and I'm not a big fan of any of those movies, but again, I put it up to a vote, and that's what they told me to go watch. So I'm going to go ahead and watch the Christmas in July, and I'm going to go ahead and enjoy those movies, maybe. More than likely not, but I'll enjoy talking about them. But either than that, that has nothing to do with anything. I'm going to be back in just a few seconds to let you know what I think about The Rental, and then after that, The Big Ugly. All right, I'll talk to you guys in just a few seconds. Bye. Hey guys, I just got done watching the movie, and I watched really closely to see if I could find any clues and if this was actually something that streamed on a streaming service before it came to drive-in theaters, but I couldn't find any indications about it. But it was definitely a smaller film. The premise of it is you have two couples that rent out kind of like a seaside cabin for the weekend. And it's just their way of getting away for the weekend and enjoying themselves. And they have like this whole weekend planned for themselves. And for some reason, it had an extreme feel of like a hack slasher film to me, without the blood, guts, and gore. It really didn't have any punches to it at all. It was a very slow burn. It was a very suspenseful movie. Unfortunately, what took away from that, the suspense, was that, as with all /hack films, we are, as an audience, just kind of aggravated with characters and the series of dumb decisions that they make throughout this film. And this film, I guess, is why it reminded me of a hack slash film, is no exception to that. Throughout the movie, they just made really bad decisions. Through the plot, they created their own situations, and through those situations, we could understand their motivations of why they wanted to go and continue the plot. But at the same time, I found those decisions very, very awkward and very, very frustrating. I did not like this film at all. No, let me take that back. I did like this film, but not for the reasons that this film intended. Here's the thing. This film intended us to kind of like enjoy the suspense of the movie that they were creating, and I didn't enjoy that at all. I didn't enjoy the plot that they were giving us, and I didn't enjoy the characters they were giving to us. The only thing I liked was this movie. If you're looking for a definite end to a movie. This movie does not deliver that, my friends. This movie delivers a very vague ending. And that's the only thing I really liked about this film. I liked the explanation at the end, but I did not like the major work they did to get us to that end. That long, boring, just non-impactful story that we were given was just a grind. It was a slog, and it was really hard to get through. I did not like the characters, so I didn't care about the story at all. So I'm going to go ahead and grade it. Like I said, I liked the ending of it, and some of the shots were actually good. There was a shot where one of the main characters was running through the woods, and it was laden with fog, and that scene right there actually worked for me. I really enjoyed that scene, but for the most part, this movie did not work. I'm going to go ahead and give it 25%. Because, like I said, I liked the premise that we got at the end. That when they revealed what was actually going on in the movie, I liked that idea, and I wish this movie was more about that idea than it was about these arguing couples. And that's where that movie did not work. So 25% is the highest I'm going to give this film. I'm going to go ahead and move on. We're going to go on to The Big Ugly. Again, I have no idea about this movie, but I hope that it's going to be a little better than this one. All right, concession stand time. In just a few seconds, I'll be right back to let you know what I think about The Big Ugly. All right, hey guys, I just got done watching the movie, The Big Ugly. And forgive me, I'm not sure what his name is. It was like Vince or Vincent or something like that. But for the sake of simplicity, I'm just going to call him the Enforcer throughout this review. His name's right over, or his picture is right over there. He was, I recognize him from like Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. So here's the premise of the movie. Basically, we have this like European mob boss who this enforcer works for, played by Malcolm McDowell. And Mark McDowell's character has a friendship with this like a southern state oil tycoon. I'm not sure if it was in the Texas location, but it sure seemed like it, so we're just going to call it Texas. But he had this friendship with that, and they were there to conduct business for one night. It was just supposed to be one night. So Mr. Enforcer passes out, and his girlfriend ends up hanging out with Ron Perlman's son in the movie. And then like something bad happens, and they never show it. And they give like very vague scenes on what led up to the unfortunate situation, but she ends up dead. So it's Mr. Enforcer's job to find out A, what happened, and then B, exact revenge for what happened. So basically what we have here is a revenge film. But here's the really bizarre thing about this revenge film is, first off, in a revenge film, there's usually one main character. That one main character is exacting revenge on a bunch of other people. Say John Wick is a good example of that. There's Peppermint. I remember Peppermint. Not a great movie, but it's exactly what fits my example I'm trying to give to you guys. Is one main character against a whole mob of other characters, and I thought exactly like when I first got into this movie, I thought that's exactly where this movie is going to go. And man, I hope I'm in for a wild ride. And guess what? Not really. What happened was, first off, like I said, the reason why I'm making that point is there was a lot of chess pieces on this board. There was a lot of story going on around this main character, around this enforcer's character, that we got like prolonged scenes on, and I thought that kind of watered down the story a little bit, and it made us not care about it as much. Secondly, is there was absolutely no action at all. This is the most boring revenge film I've ever seen in my entire life. It was basically just a lot of sitting down in like dusty bars or dusty fields and having like long, heartfelt conversations about honor and family. And it didn't work all that well. I did like the characters in the movie, And I thought the dialogue in the movie was extremely well written. There were parts of it where our enforcer guy was in jail and he was staring out through the bars, and he was saying stuff in his own language that sounded really smart and well thought out. I really liked the dialogue in this film, and some of the character choices they made were really cool. I just wished that it led up to something. It never did. Even to the point where we hit the conclusion, it didn't mean much to me because that's all we were given. We're just long, well-written, thought-out dialogues said by these characters. It was another slog, guys. It was another bore. I hate to say that, and I thought the look of the film was really fun and really cool. It just didn't lead anywhere. So I'm gonna give it a higher score than the last movie because I did like some of the writing of the movie. I did like some of the characters in the movie. I just didn't think that the movie, the story, led anywhere and had any impact at all. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a 50%. I thought it was a little more watchable than the first movie was, but not watchable enough to recommend watching it at home. I would not recommend seeing any of these movies at home. The only reason that I enjoyed tonight was it gave me a reason to rag on 2 movies. So there you go, guys. Not a very exciting time at the drive-in, but I took my chances. So just for a great card for tonight, man, we're talking about The Rental. It had a lot of tones from a hack slasher movie, but it lacked a lot of gore, and it seemed to run in the same pattern in a hack slash movie, but it just was missing the hack slash element. So I'm gonna have to say that movie was a definite 25, not worth a watch at home or on streaming. And The Big Ugly, again. Good writing, good characterization. I even like some of the shots in the film, but it just was a slog, a bore, and it really never led anywhere. So a 50% for that one. All right, guys. So again, my plan is I know tomorrow is Monday. I'm going to take the day off and do absolutely nothing except hang out with the parents and help them deal with their chores. And then on Tuesday, I'm going to be back to watch 2 pretty old movies, but still, the Christmas movie season is in order. Let's do this Christmas joy and have a fun time with it, guys. So I'll see you guys on Monday. So as always, peace, Montanay. I'll touch you guys later, and goodbye.